turn on my little light here. There we go. Hello all and welcome back. I have this little mini kit I got in my stocking I figured I would do while everybody's coming in the beginning. It's a little Quidditch practice set. How has everyone's week been going? Hopefully well. Hope we have a little Quidditch player. So I'm gonna build. There we go. Legs and body. This one is double faced as well, you know, flip flop. I can get her arm just go up high enough. So there's our little Quidditch player, Ravenclaw, obviously. There's our little Quidditch pitch. Okay. That's how that's looking. So we put gold dots. And edges. Or ends, I should say. Let me put this in the middle. And what looks like 3 of the rings, you know. Ah. So it looks like, you know, the Quidditch rings. So then it wants red with yellow on top. And red. So like the Gryffindor house. I guess that's what we're making. That's what it looks like. Towers for each house. Blue, white, blue. A Ravenclaw. I think gray would have been better for in the middle for Ravenclaw, but that is not what they gave us. Then green, white, green for Slytherin. Again, I think gray would have been a better choice. And then black, yellow, black for Hufflepuff. It's weird. In the picture, up top it shows them like across from each other, but then in the picture where you put it on here, it shows that there are in fact 3 dots between. So, hey, Kaz. Oh, I'm hard. Yes, I'm sorry about that. I'm horrible. I bring it up pre-stream and then I leave it off in case I'm talking to myself till the stream starts, and then I always forget to turn it on. But this is the little. Oh, we gotta build the snitch too. I got this in my stocking for Christmas. This little like Quidditch pitch kit. So it just looks like, like she's flying after the snitch, and this is like the Quidditch pitch way down, tiny compared to, her up way high in the sky. Braviary? I think that's how you pronounce that. It was just like, a little bag kit thing. I don't know. But I figured I would do it while giving everybody time to, shuffle in. Let's do Pokey, Catch, Heal. I think I have one of those. I do. And I'm slowly working my way through this this kind of bin I had of pieces and kind of sorting through. And I had Lego mail yesterday. I got I thought I had these in a thing, but I guess I don't. I got the motorized lighthouse. Jesus, my brain farted completely and just could not remember what it was. But I got that in the mail yesterday, and while I was at Target yesterday, I picked up the Lego T-Rex skull and 2 3-in-1s. The one that has, like, it can be the flowers in the water pitcher or, like, the flowers in the boot. And then the other one is, like, the camera, but it can be a camera, a camcorder, or a TV. So I picked those up while I was at. They didn't have very much of a selection. They were still pretty picked through from Christmas at Target. Which I was surprised because it's about halfway through the month. I figured they'd be restocked, but they weren't. They were pretty low on a lot. But they also had the new astronaut set that came out where it can be like an astronaut, the space dog, or one other thing. They had that set as well. This is gonna drive me batty. I know I put those pieces in a thing last week. I know these are right here though. Just where I put these in a container as well, and these are. Okay. Oh, yep. Where did I just put it? This one is right here. I moved some of them around because they're ones I kept finding a lot of. So I moved it around, but now, of course, I can't remember where I put them, so. It's gonna be one of those days. Ah, I knew I had that, it just was not a thin drawer. I'll only do this for a couple more minutes and then I'll start in on the build. But I've been trying to go through this and, you know, sort out the pieces. They may not be, like, perfectly sorted, but, you know, at least it's the beginnings of a sorting happening. Pretty sure I had these. Oh, nope, I had the flap of the shape. That's what it was. This was pretty full before, so I feel like I've gotten a decent amount. That's not curved pieces, it's angled pieces. You know, a decent amount of what was in this bin sorted out. Angle, a fork. Okay, I think that's as much of that as I'm gonna get sorted today. Like I said, it's not a lot, but it is slowly getting there each time. Let me grab. We're on book 3, starting at bag 20. And we're working on the third, like, car of the train. And this book will be bags 20 through 35. They want bags 20 and 21 open at the same time. So, 20, 21. And we're going to have another Harry minifigure in this bags we're working on 20 and 21. Sorry, I'm trying to decide what size bin to get out for this other bag. There's his hair. I see a head. Body. There's the legs. No wand. And he does have the double face. One side is like a smirk, and the other side is like his glasses are like broken and hanging down his face. Okay. Oop. Hello, Sky Beast. Welcome in. It worked that time. So I went back in and I changed like some capitals around, and I hoped that worked because I know it didn't work last time. But great, it worked this time. Even if the capitals didn't show up in the type, at least I know that worked. It didn't work with Kaz though, did it? It still didn't work with Kaz though, so I don't know what is going on with that. And I was talking to her, but then I didn't give her a shout out. I was, I guess, subconsciously hoping that it worked on hers too. It didn't though. Well, I'm glad it worked on yours. Now I just have to figure out why it isn't working on hers. So you chose second, hydrate and eat sugar. Okay, I have Reese's peanut butter bells. I have learned to hydrate after eating them because there's a lot of peanut butter inside of them. How are you today, Sky Beast? I have the Starbucks like pre-done coffee. It's the peppermint mocha cold coffee. I made sure I bought some right at the end of December, beginning of January, because they only have it the month of December for like a Christmas coffee, whatever. Just like they only have the pumpkin spice during, the fall. So I like it though. I wish they sold it year round. Because what's crazy is you can actually get the peppermint mocha anytime throughout the year. It's not really a Christmas drink anymore. They have it all the time. You just have to know that you can ask for it. But they only sell the cold version like in the jugs in the store during the month of December. So I made sure I bought some right at the end of like the last stocking I knew they would get in the stores. So I'm preciously savoring it because I know I won't be able to get it again for a while. I made this too. I got this in my stocking. It was like a little bag, the bag Lego sets. It's a little Quidditch pitch set. It only took like 2 minutes to build at the beginning of the stream. And yesterday was Lego mail day. And Friday will be too, but for my husband, not for me. We're starting working on the third car in the Hogwarts Express. Oop. It says get your quick balls ready. Kind of get these sorted off to the side of the bin. That way I don't have to keep moving them around. An Absol. Ooh, I don't know if I have a night ball. Let's find out. Pokey, catch. Evie! Welcome in, Steel! How have you been? I don't own that ball. Boo. Apparently I can't type again. Pokey, catch, great ball. Because I think I already have one, but I'm not positive. How's your studying going? I know that you were saying it wasn't going great before. Hopefully it's been going better. That's good. Sometimes I think like the pressure we put on ourselves is bad. Book talk. Okay, let me think about which one I'm reading. Let's see. Okay, so books go on sale a lot. Like they have these big like multi-author things. Basically you sign up as an author and you just promise to send out an email about it each day. Yes, I'm almost like, I can never be 100% obviously, but I'm like 99% sure that's those AI books that I was telling you about. And that's why like they push the ads for them so hard. It's ridiculous. But I'm like 99% sure it's those AI books I was telling you about. But anyway, so I got these books in one of those deals. They're like authors I trust, not like random spam authors. But anyway, the what I was saying was they sign up, and basically this company that they sign up with goes through and finds all the free books, right? And they compile them in this list. And that's how I found this book. I have like 5 of the 11. So it was supposed to be, or is the premise of this series is that each month a new book gets released in the series, and they're about like, they call it insta love, where like the book is very fast paced. It's maybe like 80 to 90 pages, and in that 80 to 90 pages they meet, fall in love, live happily ever after. And yes, it is completely unrealistic, but that is not the reason we're always reading, right? Like if I wanted realism, I'd just watch the news. But that is how I found this series. So I read January's book. We'll have ads in 1 minute. If oh, did I miss that? I needed a piece out of the. I did, out of the big bag. That's good. It's the only one in there. The only big piece, I should say. It's not the only thing in there. But January's book, like the first book in the series. It's just called January, like uh book of the month or something like that. And she was in a fire and she's got scars from it, and so she's really like self-conscious. And her friends kind of trick her. She thinks it's like book club that she's going to, and when she gets there her friend is like, really? And everybody's like, you read the book? And she's like, yes, it's book club. And they're like, yeah, nobody actually reads the book at book club. Like, that was just it's more an excuse to get together and have a few cocktails and talk with friends, which is true of book club. Hardly, hardly anybody ever reads the book for book club, and even if you did, you hardly ever talk about it at book club. It's really more an excuse to get together with people. But anyway, so she's like, the real reason we're getting together today is that one of the ladies in their friend group um is like coming up with a dating app, or trying to come up with a dating app, and she's using like scientific formula. And so they're like, everybody in the group filled out, or everybody single in the group filled out a questionnaire, and according to her program, January's match is Maggie, and it's the girl who's scarred. And she's like, I can't believe you guys did this to me. At first, she thinks they're like almost making fun of her. And her friend's like, no. And the reason she's really frustrated is because the guy is the. So their friend that is coming up with the dating app, her name is Phoebe, and her cousin is like bachelor number one for the month, for the program. And he's a really good looking guy. And he recently moved back to the area. And she's like, great, like it's all meant to be a big joke. And they're like, no. And she's like, you know, you answered it with your for me, so they're not really my answers. And she's like, I answered it like you would answer it. You've got to admit, I know you pretty well. And she's like, yeah, you do, but still. And her friend's like, just give him a chance. And what she doesn't know is he doesn't want to do this either. But when he came to the bar and he saw her sitting with the friend group, and he's like, wait, a bunch of bimbos. And then he saw her sitting there, and he was like, oh my God, you know, uh, if I get stuck with anybody, I hope it's her. But what would she want with a guy like me? I forget if you have ads still or not. And you're the one who redeemed it. I'm just talking away. Okay. I was like, God, I hope I'm not chatting away and she can't hear anything I'm saying right now. But I guess you could see it like on the closed captioning maybe. But so she's, is upset, and he like kisses her, and she's like, I can't believe you just yeah, like, he's like, I don't want to date any of those women. and and so he kisses her to get her attention, like snap her out of like this kind of meltdown she's having. And then she gets even more frustrated because she's like, you can't just kiss somebody you don't even know. And he's like, please just give me a chance. So he knows, he gets out there, and she's like, fine. And so he gets her out in the parking lot of the bar where everybody met for book club. And he's like, your car or mine? And she's like, or he's like, would you like to follow me, or would you feel safe enough to get in my car? And she's like, well, 20 people just saw me walk out with you, so I think they'll know who to come after if I disappear. And he's like, you're right. Plus, that's my cousin. She'll come for me personally. And um, so he asks her if she's hungry, and she says no. And he's like, oh, that's great, because I don't think I could eat anyway either. And he's like, try to think of something. And he's like, "Do you like boats?" And she's like, "Yes." And he's like, "I have one that came with the house I just purchased. Like they threw it in to like sweeten the deal because they were moving somewhere where they wouldn't need the boat." And she's like, "Okay." Um, so they go to his boat, and he can tell that she's really uncomfortable. So he's like trying to show her that she can be comfortable with him because it turns out he has his own issues. So she he tells her that he's sorry about what happened in the fire and all that, because she worked at a donut shop and the donut shop caught on fire while she was inside it, and that's where she got the scars from. So they're relatively new, like she hasn't had them from like childhood. And as she opens up to him and tells him a little bit about like what recovering was like, he feels that he needs to then like open up to her so that she'll see he isn't just lying. And she's like, "I thought it was a joke because why would a guy like you want to go out with somebody who looks like me?" And he's like, "Trust me, once you get to know me, you're gonna run screaming, everybody else does." And she's like, "I don't think so." And he's like, "Trust me, just let me tell you." He goes, "I don't talk about it a lot because nobody like wants to." He's like, "Once you've been told you're worthless enough times, you just believe it." And she's like, shouldn't understand what he means. And then he goes on to tell her that he was a twin. And his mom, or the type of twin he was like a dysfunctional pregnancy. So the when his mom was pregnant with them, her body, like twins share, certain types of twins share the placenta, and some have their own. It's usually identical twins that share. Well, they were growing in balance. So like he was the bigger twin, and he was getting like all the nutrients from the pregnancy, and his other twin, or his sibling, the other twin, wasn't. So he started to wither away. And then his mom had a distended uterus or placenta while she was giving birth, and so his twin and his mom died during the delivery. And so he grew up with his dad. I mean, he took him to school, fed him, and provided for him, but he didn't love him. And he told him it was his fault his entire childhood that his mom and his twin died, that he was selfish. Like right from the start, you were selfish. You killed your mom and your brother. And so she's like, "Oh my God, I can't believe, like, you had no control over that." And realistically, he didn't. But, people grieving act in crazy ways. It's no excuse for what his dad did, but you can also understand it in the same, breath. It doesn't excuse or make what he did all right, but you can understand why it happened. But anyway, so he's like, "Yeah, so you may carry your scars outside, but I carry my scars inside." And so they're laying there, because it's like laying out looking up the stars on his boat. And he asks her, he tells her that he would like, you know, not right this minute, of course. When she's comfortable, he would like to try, if she was willing. Welcome in, crazy. And she agrees. She's like, "I'm ready now, but you have to promise to keep your eyes closed." And he's like, "What?" And so he does, and they do. And but the next morning, she's like, "Can't get out of there fast enough." So he comes up with the fib that he double booked himself, and now he's got a really important, because he's a realtor. And so he comes up with the excuse that his delivery, like they're delivering his household goods today. This is not lining up like it should. These, then these, then this, then this. Oh, that's why. Um, and it's he has to show this house to this guy. He's only going to be in town for the day. So, and she's like, "Oh my God, I'll be here when the movers come," just like he knew she would. He's not like really trying to use her or like anything underhanded per se, but he knows that she wouldn't, like, she's caring, and it'll give him a chance to see her again. Where did this piece go? Because I did not see. Oh, it was probably an extra because there was one there. But let me just double check. Yep, I only saw it in that one spot. So, up in the drawer you go. So, next one again. What is with all these two bags at onces? I'm not liking these two bags at once. So, she stays, but when he gets home, he figured that she still wouldn't be there, right? Like, he figured that she would watch the movers deliver his stuff and then that she would leave. But not only is she still there, she unpacked his stuff for him and like set up his whole house. And so they had talked the night before about how like she's looking for a new job because obviously the old place isn't there anymore. It burned down. And he tells her that she would be really good at staging houses. Yeah. She sounds like these books are so unrealistic. Nobody falls in love in like 3 days. But they're fun reads. They're, as long as you're not looking for something that's like totally realistic and like, you know what I mean? I mean, there is a storyline, it has an arc, a middle, all that, but it doesn't have to be like completely serious. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 24, 27, 32. I mean, as long as it has a good storyline, I will read just about anything. Um, but anyway, so they have dinner together because she was already cooking, and then she leaves, and she calls her friend, super excited. Her friend, his cousin, and she's like, or not his cousin, her friend who dragged her to the book club, and she was like, "Oh my God, he thinks I'd be a great house stager, and he's gonna talk to his other realtor friends. You know, maybe they'll give me a chance too, and then this can be a career." And her friend's like, "Oh my God, how was the spicy time?" And she was like, "It was phenomenal." And she's like, "Then what are you doing on the phone with me?" And she's like, "Well, he came home. I ate with him because he asked me to, and then I left." And she's like, "But why? Like, why did you leave?" And she's like, "Well, I don't know." And she's like, "If he doesn't make you self-conscious and you feel a connection, why did you leave?" And she's like, "I don't know. I'm going to go back." And so her friend's like, Go get your man." And so she gets there, and there's a woman. He's giving a woman a hug. You can see it through like the picture window, and immediately she assumes, how I just left less than 30 minutes ago, and he's already got another woman here. So she goes home, she like ignores his phone calls, and finally he tracks her down. And he's like, "What the heck?" You know? And she's like, "I saw her. You don't have to lie to me." And he's like, "Saw who?" And she's like, "What do you mean, who?" And he's like, "Exactly what I said. Who? Who did you see?" And she's like, "That woman." And he's like, "You mean my cousin?" And she's like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, my cousin." And so he puts it on speakerphone and he calls his cousin. He's like, "Were you at my house on Tuesday night at like 9:30?" And she's like, "Of course I was. So were you. We were there together. Have you bumped your head? Are you losing it?" And he's like, "Nope, gotta go. Bye." And she's like, "Oh my god, I can't believe I was so dumb." Like, jump to that conclusion right away. And so then, dun, 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 happily ever after, right? And so the second book is about, hey, Laura Skywalker, how are you doing? I thought I added yours in, but maybe I didn't. Sorry, I've been trying to add people as I go, like to the auto shout out. Nope. It was a different one and my brain connected it. Let me quick write her down. No, the second one is the girl from the first book's brother. He's a stuffy Congress. He's like the youngest senator in their state, right? And there's this reporter who's, of course, knight to his day. And nope, I need one more, but I don't seem to have one more. Well, that's no Gouda. I seem to be missing one of these. Let me make sure I didn't set it down like when I went to grab the pen or something. Nope. I might have one in this bin over here as I've been sorting. Lucky me with the sorting. I had such to do today, but it's a snow day. Snow day! We're supposed to potentially maybe have tornadoes and then snow next week. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I say that with lots of sarcasm. So this reporter had to follow him around. Oh, that's where I went wrong. I had it. I put it on the thing when I in a space it didn't belong. Right, and she had to follow him around to write a thing on him when he had just become a senator, right? And she thought he was the most boring, uptight dude ever, right? You had to clicked on something one time and now it's like, nope, everything you see will be that. And so, right, so she thinks he's totally like stuffy. So she's in the same friend group, obviously, as the girls from book one. This time it's the friend who had drugged the girl there, it's her bachelor party. So she is at a spicy store buying bachelorette items, penis straws, veils with penises on them, the whole 9 yards. And she's like, "Oh my god, I can't believe some of the things in this store," right? And so she checks out and she goes to her car, which is a very distinguishable purple sparkly Jeep. Like, it, you know what I mean? There's not 30 of them on the road. And So, all the beans. And so, of course, her car won't start now. The one time this car has to let her down has to be when she's in the parking lot of a spicy store. And who should pull off into the parking lot to help her but the stuffy senator? And so, luckily, it's just a dead battery. He jumps the car, but as he's like interested in her, but she seems to want nothing to do with it because she thinks he's stuffy, because she only ever has seen him at work where he's trying to be professional. And he's about to ask her out when he realizes somebody is recording them. Welcome in, Exposing Alex. How are you today? Hopefully, child slept better last night and you no longer want to give him away. And now he's like, crap. So he like takes off because he can't be, it's going to be a scandal. And so turns out that he was bachelor number 2 for the month of February. And the algorithm picked the reporter as his match. And she's like, no, he cannot. We are not a match. We are night and day. And she's like, listen, it worked for Maggie and them. Give it a shot. And she's like, no. And then she realizes that screaming about how awful he is in the middle of the restaurant, maybe not the nicest thing she could be doing. So she stops. And he's like, and her friends are like, come on, just give him a shot, give him a try. And she's like, fine. So they go out to the parking lot, and he's like, your car or mine? And she's like, if you think I'm going to have hanky-panky with you in the parking lot of this restaurant, he's like, no, I just want to talk to you. And she's like, fine. And so they go to her car, and they're talking, and he's like, that guy, it's going to be all over the internet that I was caught at a sex shop. And that's not going to look great for you either. And she's like, what do you mean? I have to say, Alex, I have done that many a times. And I know the screaming out method is not always favored, but sometimes it is better for everybody's sanity that they work it out themselves. I have been there and done that. You're fine, crazy. But she's like, what do you mean? I wasn't doing anything wrong. And he's like, no, but the conservatives who run the, the newspaper aren't going to care about that. They're just going to care. Or she's an anchor, she did like a piece, whatever, on him. But he's like, they're not going to care. It's just going to matter that you were caught there. If we're dating, then it's not so bad. And she's like, so you want us to fake date? And he's like, yes. And that's all I really got to. Like, she's just waiting for him to pick him up for their date. That's all I got to in that book. But I have like 5 out of the 11 in that for free. I don't think I paid for any of them. If you want free books, just sign up for the author's newsletters, and at different points in the year there'll be more than others, but that's how I get most of my books. Just sign up for the author's newsletter. That's sometimes it just, I have done the cry it out method. I have done the work it out yourself. There's no right, wrong, or other. Oh, the fake dating romance is a huge trope. That and single dads and nannies. It says Toad on the Run. Neville Longbottom never had much success keeping track of his adventurous pet toad during his years at Hogwarts. Have you ever wondered where Trevor was actually hiding on that first train ride? Look at the door inside the passenger car. Yeah, single dads, small town romance, the nanny. For a while, step brothers were a big trope. Step siblings. I mean, there's still books about them, but it doesn't seem like literally every book that comes out is about step siblings anymore, which is good because it was not one of my favorite tropes. Bye bye, Steele. Hope your studying goes well. Yeah, there were two different kinds of step sibling tropes. There were like our their parents got married when they were essentially adults, or just about adults. And then there was the trope where their parents got together when they were like in their before they were even teenagers, so that was a little iffy for me. I'm putting him to bed soon. Hopefully, I'll get him out of peace before I go to bed. One can only hope, Alex. And it's weird. No two kids are the same. Where one kid will have sleep regression, the other won't. Like, even siblings in the same house, it's never the same. Just when you think you have it figured out, they do something different. My daughter would fall like from birth. 8 o'clock, it didn't matter where she was, she would go to sleep. And you could move her from the wherever she was to the car seat, then out of the car seat into the house, get her dressed for bed, and she would stay asleep basically the whole time. Our youngest, don't even think about it. He would only nap in his bed. So you could not go anywhere at nap time, and he slept for 4 hours in the middle of the day. Should we do Stream Raiders? I brought it up, but I didn't start one. We can start a battle. It wanted me to put down paladins or something like that. Centurions, that's what it was. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. I've only done a couple. I think I'm up to this is probably like my fourth time having Stream Raiders. But I started doing them. Hubby plays them on his, and then I was in Grand Admiral Quacks, and he was playing with, added it in. And I like them, so I was like, let's do that. Let's add it in on there too. I figure if you don't want to play, you don't have to. You don't really see it in the chat like you do with Pokemon. So if you don't like it, you don't really even notice it once that first, thing comes up. After that, you don't really notice it. So, yep. Do a little Stream Raiders fun. 5, 6, 7, 8. I saw a text. I just want to make sure it's not from my daughter at school. Nope, okay. She doesn't text me often from school, but every once in a while she'll text with a question or a change in practice schedule or something. So yesterday was Lego mail day, and I got some other sets while I was at Target. In the mail, I got the retro food truck, the free with purchase, and I got the motorized lighthouse. And then at Target, I got. Sorry, trying to make sure I put this in the right space. I got the Jurassic Park T-Rex skeleton set. And then two 3-in-1 sets. One of the 3-in-1 set is like it's the watering can with the flower in it. It can also be like an old rain boot with the flowers in it. And then the second one was the like 35mm camera. It can also be a camcorder or a TV. You can build with it. Clouds are starting to roll in, and everyone is getting super tired of work. It's going to be a long night. Right? I'm excited about the motorized lighthouse. So there is a thing on here. I think it's like 15,000 points where you can dictate the next thing I build. Right now, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things backlogged for people to choose from if they do accept it. I know Kevin likes to save his points so that he gets to pick what I build next. Yeah, I have right now 4 backlog Lego ones, and then I bought a fun whole. I think that's the name of the site. I bought a set from them to try too, but I bought it through Amazon, like their storefront page on Amazon. And I'm excited about that one because I have not lit a Lego set before. And while it is not Lego, it is brick building. And um, it comes with all the pieces to light it. Like though that brand, their sets, there's no stickers. Every Lego that would have a like brick that would need a sticker, it's pre-printed on it, and it comes with the pieces to light it. So I'm excited to give that a shot too. Right. So I have 4 backlog Legos right now, and that one. I have the motorized lighthouse, Kevin, and then I have this, and I like all 3, so I'm probably going to wind up buying 2 more of this so I can build the other 2 versions. And then I have this one, and I'm okay with building either this one or the boot. I don't care about the birds that much. I have the lighthouse. It came in the mail yesterday. And then I have the T-Rex skull. I have the lighthouse. It arrived in the mail yesterday. If you choose to use your 15,000 points to dictate my stream, keep in mind that I will not start it until I finish this one. You can choose what I build next, Kevin, but I will finish building this before I start that. But you can choose the lighthouse. Okay, Kevin. That one will take several streams as well. It's over 2,000 pieces. Like 2,054, I want to say it said on the box. But that can be the next one. I know last time I streamed, we were looking at the Lego website. I plan, So at the end of the month, a Stitch brick. I want to say at the end of the month, it's the Stitch brick head that comes out, and then the 1st of February, I believe it's a 3-in-1. It's a ukulele, and then in March, a full body Stitch comes out, like a set, an actual set. Um, so I want to get all three of those, but I'm going to save them to be built together, if that makes sense. I know you said you were saving your points, so I figured I would mention what I have because I know you like to save and get to decide, which obviously I don't have a problem with, or else I wouldn't put it on there. Is maybe the ukulele is already out then, but I could have swore it was like the end of this month, the beginning of next, and then the beginning of March. But maybe I'm wrong. Nerd joke and Dobby ears. Okay. Get my Dobby ears and let me bring up my tab. I have it saved. What do you get if you take your PC to the ice rink? Or your computer to the ice rink? Okay, I must have mixed another setup then in with it because we were looking at a bunch, and I must have just like mixed dates up for the other ones. You get a slip disc. I think this is the last one I'll need on this, like the last redeem to finish this poster. We've been working on the Flareon. Sorry, my brain was like, I don't know what that one's called anymore. I think I only have 2 more Nightmare Before Christmas and then 1 more. Yeah, I mean, we must have looked at 10 or so. Like, I looked through all the coming soon and new, like, just scrolled through. And so I was like, I probably just got something mixed up in there. It is so easy to do. But I want to so many coming out at the same time. But I have noticed that a lot of them seem to be smaller sets, which I'm not opposed to because then they're a little less expensive and I can get more for this, more sets. And while that means that they won't necessarily take as long to build, that's okay. They're also easier to find space for in the house, unlike big sets. Yeah, there's just a ton of things going on. Coming out, releasing, coming soon. There's a lot. Okay. Looks like number 9. That was just a few dots for the eyeballs. But yeah, I want to get those 3, but I kind of want to save them to do together. So they also had, yeah. So it's not very much at all when you think about how many of them were released recently. They had the roller skate one there yesterday of the 3-in-1. They also had the space one where it can be an astronaut or the space dog or some kind of like space rover. They had that one. But overall, I mean, they were pretty picked over too, still from Christmas. So I was surprised they even had what they had. Sorry, I left all this stuff kind of here. It's kind of hard to see what I'm doing. I'm just really moving dots from a tray to the thing, but still. I have a love hate with the 3-in-1 because often I want to build more than one version. Like yesterday, they had the pirate ship 3-in-1, and I was like, great, I want the pirate ship, and I want another version so that I can build like the cave thing that goes, one of the other versions of it. I was like, so I need at least two. Or I want at least two. In my brain, that's I need at least two. So like I have a love hate relationship with them. I don't generally I don't totally dislike them, but I dislike that sometimes I want more than one, and that can get that can get expensive. Yeah, the pirate cove. So I want to build the pirate ship and the pirate cove, so I have to buy two of them. Oh, I'm not even gonna attempt to pronounce that. I think I have a feather ball though. Yeah, I mean it does. When you think about the fact that you can build three for the $100, it does. But I don't want to take anything apart. I just want to have two of them. I didn't care about it so much when I built the pirate ship because I had just got done, or the Viking village, the Viking ship, because I had just got done building the Viking village. So I already had a village. I just bought it and built the ship. Oh, it escaped. That was rude. Oh, I didn't have that ball. I thought I had that ball. No B, no C. It looks like just F and N. And only a few F's. So I found a kind of cool show on Netflix yesterday. I generally don't watch like reality TV, and I'm not even sure you'd consider this reality TV. But sorry, let me find the last bag. There we go. It was called like Making Fun. So it's these five guys, and they're carpenters. Like they have every tool you could imagine you'd want in a shop. And the premise of the show is that at the beginning of the show, through video like chats, different kids come on and propose ideas for things for them to make. And they only pick one idea, of course. And I think a lot of the ideas the kids are told nope on because they're asking for like build me a robot, computer type things. It's not just something you can build in a machine shop. But the ones they do build are like the build part is hilarious. The way the guys interact is hilarious. I love Canadian Pat. I suppose for me, I don't have much space to display sets, so I don't keep any sets built. My list of builds my sets too. Yeah, so they come apart so that she can build it. Yeah, at my house, everything stays together, and I just buy more shelving. But yeah, the show's called Making Fun. So like, they built a dinosaur that spits out tacos. I mean, that I there's no right or way. Like, if that's how you enjoy building, then that's how you enjoy building. Like, no shade. I don't take anything apart, and I'm like a large child at this grocery store who's been left unattended. And then I came home and I build it, and it stays built. Oh, I did miss one bead. Dang it. Yeah, I liked how they explain too, like how things happen. It's not just, it doesn't just appear. Crazy compared it a little bit to oh, the kids love the show. With Adam Savage and stuff, and I think that they did a spin off of it called White Rabbit. But you know, like I can't remember the name of the show now. But they would test it, like, can you make a car explode with at the gas pump? Can you smell a decaying pig buried underneath cement in the sidewalk? All kinds of stuff like that. It was kind of similar to that. I like how they explained how they made like the conveyor belt to get the tacos to the top of the dinosaur. How they gave the dinosaur dimension. I like how they explained like things as they went. And it's funny because that's how I talk to kids. Mythbusters, yes. Crazy compared it to Mythbusters, and it is a little bit like Mythbusters. But yeah. Okay, we finished this coaster, and I'll get it sealed and then sent with the other ones to Steel, because this was her coaster. But yes, I liked it. I like the guys, they're funny. And it's not like, oh my god, they're little kids. We have to be so careful in the way we talk to them. He's like, next! I don't like your idea. Next! What do we look like? And like in the middle of the episode, of course, a call comes in and the kids want to add something to the build. And he's like, what? What are you calling for? We got stuff to do. What do you want? And the kids are like, have you finished? He's like, no, speed it up. Come on, what'd you call for? What do you want? Okay, we're just kind of doing the base for this. Bag 24. Just one bag? And of course, it's a small bag. Yeah, we do all things differently. I've got one set that will never be unbuilt. I don't touch it. I don't go very near. I don't even look at it. Ah, the bonsai. Yeah, so I'm gonna be honest. I built the tree house, and as much as I love it, I hate all the damn leaves. They were such a pain to get on there. Like, I don't look at it, I don't touch it, I don't acknowledge it's there. You know? Um, so I get that, and that's why I didn't buy the bonsai, because I didn't want to deal with all those tiny, and to me, those leaves bend so much easier than everything else, and I always feel like I'm gonna like distort them. The show was alright, but then some of the myths with all the busting they actually had to. Yeah, definitely towards the end, that show wasn't as great as it was in the beginning. The kids like it, and when they were younger, it was great because they didn't understand half of what was going on anyway, and it was educational compared to some of the other things they could have been asking to watch. So I don't know if this is Malfoy or just a Slytherin student. I don't remember on the box if it said it was specifically Malfoy or just a Slytherin student. But it does look Malfoy-ish. I don't know if I can get it to... There we go. Oh, the leaves aren't the hard part with the bonsai. It's the trunk it breaks. The treehouse trunk was hard too. Like, I could not get it to go together at one point. I had to go back and like pour over like so deep, like get so close to the instructions to see maybe I put a Lego in the wrong spot or whatever. But it was not like, I like the treehouse part of it, you know, the pods, but building the actual trunk was hard. And I am not the only one to think that. I have a friend, and she got it after I did and built it, and she had the exact same problem at the exact same spot. So I wonder if it's like the picture of that step isn't very clear and it's easy to mess up. Yeah, the bonsai, it's not very tall. Isn't it, Alex? It's only like this tall or something. It is a set that I knew right away I wasn't going to get. And I have just about all the flower ones, and people are like, "You don't have the bonsai." Nope, and I'm not getting it. I mean, I like the treehouse. Don't get me wrong; it's an amazing build. But there is that one part where I can't get it. Like, it took forever for me to figure out like what I did wrong and how to fix it. But yeah, I knew that I wasn't going to get the bonsai right away. It was like, nope, no thanks. I think besides the roses and like the individual flowers that they sell where you only get like 2 in the box or whatever, it is like the only, I want to say, bigger um plant set that I don't have, and I don't intend to get it. Okay, this. Yeah, we are have the possibility of getting tornadoes tonight. Like, there's supposed to be some bad storm that rolls in at like 3 a.m. And then next week, like Sunday night into Monday, there's the, so I guess there's 3 different types of models. There's the like weather system that they use to predict weather. There's an American one, a Canadian one, and a European one. And like the American one says, we're only going to get 4 to 8 inches, which in Arkansas might as well be 3 feet. But the Canadian one says we'll get more than that, and the European says even more than that. So who knows? In the end, we might wind up getting nothing, because that's how weather works. I was so excited for the bonsai. Got it pretty much as soon as it came out and hated it with a passion by the end. I feel like Lego should be paying me for the mental Oh, that makes me like extra glad I didn't buy it. For me, it's the leaves. Those leaves, to me, they're like rubbery compared to plasticky, and I feel I'm always worried I'm gonna push And one day the push is going to be too much and it's just going to break. Dang it, I think it's better when they give big warnings and then it's not so bad. Yeah, I have my husband works for the state as an emergency planner, so he's been having meetings all week about it. I don't watch the weather news because he tells me stuff long before the weather station decides to let us know. But yeah. I can deal with the snow and ice. I hate tornadoes. I don't want to lose power again. We had a bad storm roll through in June, like a week after we moved into our house, and we were out of power for like 4 days. We bought a generator when they everybody was going at those stimulus checks during COVID. We bought a generator knowing that we were going to eventually move back to Arkansas and that the potential to need one would definitely be there. So we got it out the box and ran our fridge off of it after like the first day because it kept like kicking like the power was going to come back on and then not. So we just got it out and put it together. Yeah, well, not put it together. You know what I mean? Like got it situated and and used it, but I don't like losing power. So everybody cross all your fingers and all your toes that if somebody has to lose power, it's not my house. I'll feel bad for you, for whoever else, but please don't let it be my house. It's too cold to lose power right now. Well, cold for Arkansas anyway. We do have a wood burning fireplace in our house. Well, not fireplace, like a wood burning stove. We have not tried it out yet, so maybe we should attempt to do that too. It was in the house when we bought it, but there were no like pamphlets or instructions or details about it with the house, so I have no clue. So we plan to celebrate our daughter's birthday over the weekend instead of waiting till Monday. Because who knows, we may be snowed in come Monday.
We have always lurked among you.
Thank you for the alert, Crazy. He's probably going off to a meeting right now about what the weather's going to be like. Oh, the battle is ready. Let me switch screens. Let me take this off. It's starting to give me a headache. It's not tight per se, but like with the headphones pressing against it, that one is a little bit of a stiffer headband than the others. Let's do it over then. Start the battle. Let's see how we do. 24 allies and 45 enemies. Ooh. Oh, we're even now. Oh, we're up. They're down. Woohoo! Oh, I know some of those teeth can hang on. Like, you can see it is literally hanging on by a hair, but it will not let go. So, my daughter had what we fondly called shark teeth. Some of her baby teeth did not fall out before her adult teeth came in. So she had two teeth. Like, I think it was three bottom ones and two top ones did that. And the first time, ooh, Laura, you got the bomber scrolls. Woohoo! Um, the first time it happened, I like called the dentist in a panic, and I went in there. We're on ads. I went in there and I was like, "Oh my god!" And they're like, "No, it happens. Like more than you think it does. Don't worry about it." Ooh, I got some kills myself. It wants me to place War Beast or another Centurion. Do I have any monies? Not enough monies. Okay. Necromancer. Did I unlock? Yes, but not enough monies to unlock it. Okay. Okay, let's see what the next one. We have to go this way, it says. Oh, I can do that one. Can I do this one? No. We'll do her. It's been taking a minute to come up once you choose it. Okay. War Beast it is, I guess. And I know some of you have like the quest to follow battle plans, so I just randomly stick that up there. I think you could still stick whatever you want in that space. Okay. Here's to hoping. Okay, I should have put that tiny piece in there first. That step. Only about 20 seconds left on ads. We are back. But yeah. So I saw the thing the other day, and it comparing stories made me think of it. This person was like, "Can we normalize not telling a story when somebody tells you something, just listening?" So, how do you feel about that? Like, I never know. Like, does that annoy you? I know I tend to do it a lot. Like, somebody's like, "Oh, that happened," and I'm like, "Oh my god, that happened to me too." And I don't know. If you don't like when somebody does that, even though I do it, like, I'm not going to be upset with you. Like, you have a right to feel however you want to feel. Um, but relatively speaking, does that bother you when somebody does that, or no, or yay, or? at these cute little windows, door things. Like, I think I do it to be like, oh my god, I relate to you. But some people feel like the person is trying to be like one up, and that's not what I mean. Yes, I said I saw a thing yesterday, a post where somebody was like, "Can we normalize not like having a comparative story whenever somebody mentions something happened to them?" And I said I do that a lot. Like I'm like, "Oh my god, that happened to me too." Um, and I was like, "Does that?" I was asking if that bugged people or not. Like, if it does, I'm not gonna be like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry." I will try to do it less in the future, but it is like I don't know how I am. I'm always like, "Oh my god." If there is actually a comparable story. Right. To me, it's more like, "Oh my god, I went through that too." It's relatable. It's not like I jumped in and cut them off or anything, but I saw that and I was like, "But you know, it's not like I'm cutting them off and being like, no, everybody, this isn't my story now." But I'll be like, "Oh my god, sleepless nights, kids not wanting to go to sleep or crying or loose teeth." I have a story for all those things. I have 3 children. But I was like, do people like, does it like truly bother some people? Like, just that you have a story that is similar, or, or. I agree. As long as you're not like cutting the person off and be like, no, my story's better. Yeah, that's what I was like. What do I do then? Be like, oh, sorry, your day sucked. Sorry that happened to you. Like, I could very well have advice that's going to help you, but. And if not help you, at least be another thing you can try. Should I, like, you know, how do people really feel about that? Okay, we're going to put this back here and then swoop it up and attach it there. Yeah, cool story, bro. We're like, wow, that sucks. And just move on. Like, I guess the premise is that they just want you to be like, oh my god, I'm sorry, so sorry you're going through that. But they don't want you to, like, maybe still give them the help, but be like, I can't tell you how I know this might help you because then I'd be telling you a story and you don't want that. Like, I don't get it. But it made me think, wonder how others felt about it. I'm gonna mix that. Well, that's usually for the people I don't even care about their story. I wasn't even listening. I was humming and hawing at the right moments. And as somebody who has children, I'm an expert at it, humming and hawing at the right moments. I've had conversations with people who can't even talk. Really? Tell me more. What did Mr. Bunny say to you? How dare he? I am excellent at conversation without even listening to what somebody is saying. Right, like, is that what that's why I was like, I guess some people could want that. I'm wired to be like, oh my god, same thing happened to me, bro. But I guess if I know you're the type of person who doesn't want that, then I will just be like, that sucks. Or if I don't like you, then I'll just be like, wow, yeah, shit happens. Oh, timer ball. Or it says, get your timer balls ready. Okay, I built this little, I don't know what it is currently, side piece, wall. Either way, it wants it right here. Milk tank, which is a funny name for a cow if I've ever heard one. Pokey catch fastball. Yay? Nay? No. Pokey catch. Great ball. I started playing Pokemon Go again. If anybody would like my Pokey friend number, let me know. We can be Pokey friends. Right, that's how I think of it. It's like a way to connect with the person. I didn't realize there were some people who didn't want you to do that. Okay. This almost looks like a box. Throw your timer balls. Exposing Alex caught the milk tank. So I put those pieces there, kind of in the end there. Don't turn the page, it's not time. I feel like we are just trucking through these today. When we get closer to finishing this one before I start the oh, that's a chair, that's not what I wanted. Before I start on Kevin's redeem of the lighthouse, I will open the box and find the instructions so I can figure out how many batteries I need for it, for the motorized part. That way we're not caught off guard, at the last minute, like during that part, trying to figure out how many batteries and running to get them. Oh, it's our first seat. Our first seat on a chooty choo. Okay, Alex. Hopefully it goes smoothly. All the best nighttime vibes your way. Because I know sometimes nighttime can be unpleasant. This one. We don't want to be running around at the last minute looking for batteries and trying to figure out what size, and then find out that I don't have the type of batteries we need. I figured it was a fair call. Mr. Harrell, when he was trying to motorize um the haunted house, realized he didn't have batteries and had to send somebody out to get batteries. So I figure I will heed the warning hidden there, and I will make sure I have batteries first. At least I think it was Mr. Harrell. Oh, I remember somebody having to get batteries in the middle of a build. So, Hair All. I will eventually say his name correctly. No, I probably would have done it anyway. I was just giving you a heads up. I was gonna do it. Yeah, like, he put it in the chat, but I am horrible at names to begin with. Like, remembering somebody's name to begin with. So I want to say it's like Hair All. But I'm probably wrong. Or her all, that's it. And I keep wanting to say Hair All, but it's Her All. I'll figure it out eventually. Maybe, sorta. Hello, Demon Fair. Yeah, I'm horrible at names. I mean, absolutely horrible. I will meet you 10 times and I'll be like, you're Cindy's mom. But that's all I'll remember is your kid's name. I am like, I don't know. I'm bad at names. I will remember your face, but I'll be like, I know you. Don't ask me your name. I'm glad I'm not the only one. I am truly horrible at names. Okay, we made a slidey door. I gotta carefully put this in there and then I can show you, or maybe show you. There we go. Okay, so kind of, yeah. This door slides. Like the inside train door. Oh, you know what helps though? Is if I put it, with the handle the right way. Okay, try that again. Yes. This time the handle's in the right direction. When I'm writing, because I'll forget characters too, but not characteristics. A friend of mine does Legos on here too, and y'all are crazy with it because I can't because at all. Oh, that's right. Sometimes it does not go smoothly, as you just saw me fighting after I put it on wrong. Many times I forgot that step. Let me go back. I messed up that step. Let's take it apart and get to the right step. It is not always a smooth happening thing. Sorry, in an effort to stay organized with what I've organized, I figure I'll put the ones away real quick. This is the third car, so it's like the first passenger car because you do the engine, then the coal car, and then this is like the passenger train section part of it. I did the coal car on Tuesday. I finished the rest of the track pieces and then made the coal car on Tuesday. Only 20 more bags to go. This is bag 25, and there are 45 bags in the set, so we are halfway. That's all right, Kevin. Life happens. It is okay. I number them, so if people want to go back and watch them, and I do export them to YouTube. So when I do multiple streams for the same, build, the same kit, I number them like part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. So you can, like, not you specifically, but people can go back and look for them if they want, or not that I expect anybody to. I'm still amazed anybody watches me build this madness. Crazy tells me it's because of me, not because of the Lego. Luna Lovegood, and she's got her crazy glasses or just the regular face, but we're going with the crazy glasses. Oop, I missed her purse. We need to find her purse. Okay. One arm up. Purse. Arm down. Yeah. Like the crazy chaos that is my channel, I guess. All the crazy happenings. So there's a Luna Lovegood. Let's see if I can get it to focus on her. There we go. She got her crazy glasses on. You can buy a pair of those glasses. They had them at Barnes & Noble with all their Harry Potter stuff. It was a pair of Luna Lovegood glasses. Redeemed Hydrate. Okay. This is today's pretty cup. It's got hearts. It's from Valentine's Day last year from Starbucks. I have a Starbucks cup problem, but at least it's not a Stanley cup problem, and I'm not mauling people at the store so I can have one. Did you not see the video of like people basically stampeding in Target to get the new Stanley cups? Like basically running people down, stepping on them so they can get the cup before somebody else. It was crazy. for a $50 water bottle that won't be in season next year this time. It'll be a new cup. And the one guy was like, this proves that all you need to do as a company is be patient. Everything comes back into style. Stanley is like a 200-year-old company. They're having a resurgence with this water bottle business. Yeah, like I have a Starbucks cup problem, but it's not a that problem, so I'm calling it a win. Like it feels like every year for the last 4 or 5 years, a different brand of water bottle has been like the it container. And then the next year you spend $40-$50 and you gotta have 7 in different colors. And then the next year it's not even the in style cup anymore and you've got to do it all over again. Like, people, calm down. Matt Mitchell did a video on that yesterday with all the other fad cups. Welcome in the Stanley Cup. Right, to the back of the cup shelf. Like, I may have a problem with Starbucks cups, but I use them a lot. I get new ones a lot. Not, I don't want to say a lot, but I get cups often. But I use them all, so it's not getting relegated to the back of the cabinets where then I buy a new type of cup. And I don't use that one at all anymore. Like, by next summer, you'll be able to buy those same Stanley cups people spent $50 on at the thrift store for $10 because everybody's cleaned out their cabinets in preparation for the new It cup. And listen, it's your money. I spend my money on Legos. You spend your money on Stanley cups or whatever the It water bottle of the year is. But some of it doesn't make very much sense. Okay, it says almost magical reinforcement. Window panels on Lego trains can be tricky to get sturdy enough, especially if you're feeling a bit too creative and start building sideways like we did here. Without access to real magic, we use creative powers to find a perfect solution. These discrete 1x2 panels with that brown bar support the window panels here and keep the car wall strong. Yeah. The minute there's a riot at the Lego store, I will consider buying something else. But my hobbies, while expensive, haven't hurt anybody, so and like I said, just because it doesn't make sense to me doesn't mean it's wrong. Like, you can spend your money on whatever you want. But if there's a riot, you just grab and go. Right? Like, you hope your face doesn't get on camera and you don't talk about how you just afforded all your new Legos. Heck, you don't build those sets on stream. At least not for a while. I thought I read that wrong, but it is 12. Right, I just order online. We used to live near a Lego store when we lived in Virginia. And then when we lived in North Dakota, we visited the Mall of America and we went to that Lego store once. But we don't live near a Lego store at all anymore. Embrace the crazies. Yeah. That's that home defense. Just spread Legos on the floor. Fine, embrace the riots. Book will need bail money instead of Lego money. Yeah. Because I need him to go back to work so that I can keep buying Legos without having to get a job. An outside job with people. Because then I'll need bail money. Home Alone Lego Edition. Okay, we got some seats setting up. At least I'm assuming that's going to be for seating. Logically, that makes sense, but that doesn't always mean that's where they're going with that. The battle is ready. Okay, I'm going to finish this step, and then we shall battle. Okay, I'll stay on that page, otherwise I'll forget. Okay, we have 24 allies. Are these bad guys? Let me scooch in. Is it just that guy in the middle? Well, I'm gonna do this. "32 allies and 9 enemies." I think maybe we'll get this. Ooh, sorry. I haven't seen that whole movie. I've seen like clips from it. But it looks funny. It's on my list to see. But I binge watch a lot of TV versus watch movies because I don't always actually watch what's on the TV. Okay, let's pick a random winner. Oh, no, I said random winner. Botany GST? I guess that's what that name is. Crush them! We did crush them. According to this, I had upgrade. Okay, before I upgrade twice and run out of money, let's unlock the necromancers. We can upgrade the saint again. I often rewatch the same thing I've rewatched, or like I've already seen it 5 times, and I just watch it again and again, and I don't. Like, I just binge watched Gilmore Girls all over again. I like what I like, and then I just wind up watching the same thing several times. Okay. Centurions and War Beasts. That's what it looks like. I love Gilmore Girls. Right now, there's only one season, but CW came out with a show, Something Crossing. But it has Luke in it. Like, this guy it's the same guy who played Luke, the same actor. Yeah, we're not going to talk about how many times I've watched the Gilmore Girls or Supernatural or Grey's Anatomy or any of that. Like, I rewatch over and over. I can't help myself. I just do it. comfort. I don't actually have to watch. It's background noise. It's not actually watching it. Call the Midwife. um, Virgin River. Yeah, I've watched that one many times. But this is the same guy who plays Luke Danes in the Gilmore Girls. It would be like if he never met Lorelai, he progressively get grumpier and grumpier and grumpier. This is him at his grumpiest. But it's something crossings, and you can watch it on like the CW app on you know. But yeah, I've watching. I think I'm like 4 episodes in. It seems pretty good. Oh, I know I loved Luke too. Um, yeah, I love Grey's Anatomy. All 17 seasons of it. And I've watched Supernatural from start to finish way more times than I care to admit. Tooth Fairy is an interesting way to go. We didn't do the Tooth Fairy. You don't let the Fae in your house and you don't give them your real name. Okay, there's a candy bar printed Lego in here somewhere. But I gotta keep. Oh, there it is. I gotta keep turning over once until I find that one. It's Scabbers! Oh, I gotta pick a battle. Okay. A battle. Wait for it to come up. Waiting. Oh, there we go. Okay, still too soon. And I bet I can't put. Nope, can't do War Beasts either. So. I need to get a guy up to 10, so we'll put you out. What's the Tooth Fairy need with all that DNA? Look at Scabbers. Yeah, we didn't do the Tooth Fairy. But we also didn't do the Easter Bunny. Like, we took them to Easter egg hunts, but they never really like believed in the Easter Bunny. Okay. We have Candy Bar. I just got rid of them. I think we kept the first one they lost with like their first lock of hair, and then just kind of threw them away. Their teeth. What do you do with them when the Tooth Fairy comes? Like, the Tooth Fairy takes the tooth, but then what do you do with it? Make a necklace for Halloween. I used to have a small box with my baby teeth, but now I don't know where it went. May have thrown it out in a move. Yeah, I didn't keep my own teeth. I think my son may have a couple of his teeth that he lost like at school. You know, they fell out at school, and they gave him a little box that looked just like a tooth, and he put them in there. But I don't keep them. Like what do you? It's weird. Like, I'll be honest, I didn't know what you did with them, but it was weird. Like, I don't know. I have this weird thing about like telling them all these things because you want them to trust you, but in the end, you're lying to them about a lot of things. Like the Tooth Fairy and the Easter Bunny and Santa Claus and this and that and that. Like, you want them to trust you, but at the same time, you're lying to them on a pretty consistent basis. I always felt kind of weird about it. Like, and you're telling them not to lie to you, but you're perpetually lying to them. And their lies, we as a society just say are okay and we keep going. Like, we had them believe in the concept of Santa, but at the same time, we spoke about him more as like not a real person, like as more like a myth legend than a like an actual person. No, I threw it away. It was toxic body waste. No, I didn't keep it. I kept the little hospital bracelet and my hospital bracelet and the little card they put in the bassinet with like their name and stuff on it. But I no, the little piece of belly button that fell off went in the trash. I'm feeling very weird right now. I didn't realize you were supposed to keep all those things. There's a lot of sentimental value in those things more than like this is one of those things like I'm all go for it. Like if you want to keep all your baby teeth and all your kids' baby teeth, okay, but it was kind of weird. But I'm kind of weird, so I mean, like we're all weird. But I didn't realize that was a big thing. Ooh, Horsia escaped. No one caught it. I failed at the baby book thing. Like I think I wrote like 3 pages and taped the stuff in, and then that was it. Right, like I mean, and it may be like a cultural thing. My mom never really talked about like saving locks of hair or baby teeth, or and I never really asked like what she did with them. But I don't really talk to my mom either, so I don't know. But I have like their first locks of hair, their baby bracelets, like from the hospital, and my bracelet from the hospital, and then like the little placard card, and like the baptismal outfits, and not my daughter's, but my youngest. I kept like the shirt and pants we brought him home from because they were monogrammed. Um, but I didn't keep like baby teeth or and we didn't. But yeah, we didn't do a lot of like the tooth fairy or things like that. So and I'm not very sentimental, so it could be some of that. You'd have to talk to Crazy about the sentimental. I'm not very, like, that's more his department than mine. Yeah, I'm like, did I mess up somewhere? Because it's too late to change it now, but did I mess up somewhere? Uh, I'm not, like, sentimental, so, like, I didn't keep, like, all, like, I kept all the, like, drawings and stuff they did for the year, and then I would throw them out. And then I would keep them for the year, and then I would throw them out. And as they got a little bit older, I was like, do you want to keep any of this? And so they would keep it if they wanted it, but not so much me keeping it. Hey, Rad Builds, thank you for the lurk. Um, but I'm not very sentimental. So put that on right, and turn sideways, and this, and this. Did it not work on his either? I don't know what it is about some of them that it will work and others it won't. The like auto shout outy thing. 88. 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, like people do things in different ways. I didn't realize like it was so. I guess not. I guess I didn't realize I differed so much from like the norm. I mean, I know I'm not normal. Jesus, that's never been in question. I have always done things to my own drum, to my own beat. Um, Whether I thought anybody else thought it was right or not. I just didn't realize it was like so different. But some of that is I'm not like sentimental, so like it doesn't even occur to me. But yeah, we didn't do the tooth fairy thing because I was like, what does the tooth fairy do with all that DNA? And the Fae, you don't let them in your house. You don't tell them your real name. We talk like my youngest brother-in-law and his wife, well, his wife at least, is very religious. So the kids are their kids are more religious than my kids aren't religious at all. But like they ask questions, and then so we tell them about the Catholic faith, which what was what he was growing up, like my husband, and what their cousins are. We'll tell them about that, but then we also tell them about the Wiccan, and sometimes what the Vikings believed, and like kind of like all encompassing, kind of like, and then you choose like to believe what you want. And we've always told them that if they want to go to church, that can be arranged. But yeah, we have always done things a little weird. But honestly, I was like, what do I do with all these baby teeth? Like, Do I put them in the baggie and when they turn 18, I'm like, happy birthday, here's all your teeth? Do I keep them forever until I die and then as they're cleaning out our house, they find all their baby teeth? And we have moved a lot. So a lot of things don't get saved simply because it's hard to like pack all that stuff up and move, like it all accumulates. Let's see. I don't know. I like moving. I may not like the packing and unpacking process, but I like moving. I like going to a new area and like all the different like things they do there that are different, or just like the different things to see, different places to eat. Listen, you do what you need to do. I'm all for it. Yeah, like happy birthday. Here's your DNA. Yeah, I was like, I don't even know what you do with this. Like, I mean, eventually it's going somewhere. And don't get me wrong, the kids know that it's weird that we didn't do it. They may not think it's weird, but they understand that it is different from other kids their age. Like, nope, we didn't do that. Our daughter never really said anything, but our youngest, I don't know, I don't know how old he was, maybe 8 or so. We had gone back to visit. It's you can't talk about it. That's when it goes awry. Um, but we had gone back to visit my in-laws over the course of their spring break, and um, their cousins were talking about. It was like right around Easter, and their cousins were talking about their Easter baskets and things like that. And so we had driven home on a Saturday and they woke up Easter Sunday, right? And he was so upset because there was no Easter basket for him. And I was like, then it brought up the whole conversation of, Easter and it's religious and the different religions and all that. And I was like, do you want to go to church? And he's like, no, I just want the toys. He didn't really care about its religiousness. He just wanted the byproduct of it being there, which brought up a whole nother conversation about how these holidays were supposed to be religious in nature and not you get something. Like what you got was supposed to be spiritual, not monetary. I guess that is right. Yeah, he wasn't upset that we didn't. In fact, he like adamantly did not want to go to church, but he did want the Easter basket. So Got all our train seats there. Oh, windows. Uh, a frou-frou has appeared. In Poke Go, there's 3 different types of frou-frous. We have just under 10 minutes left on Stream Raiders. Frou-Frou escaped. No one caught him. I don't think anybody tried those, so not rigged this time. This time. Did everybody remember to do their Poke Daily if they do it? I know not everybody digs the Discord, but if you do, okay. Apparently we're putting this like this. I feel like there had to have been an easy way to do that. Because now I'm stuck. I think he said he was 7 yesterday when he was trying to give him away in Carrot's chat. Or, not trying to give him away, asking if anybody wanted one. Makes it sound bad. He did ask if anybody wanted it, though. But I have asked that same thing. 6? Okay, I was off a little bit. I have asked if anybody wanted mine as well. I think every parent does. It's like a rite of passage. Anybody want this kid? Put little lanterns there. From this side, it looks slightly different. Sorry, exposing Alex. She asked, and I like I said, I think it's a rite of passage. We all ask if somebody wants our kids at some point. I think I've asked somebody if they wanted mine more than once. So I'm like, you take them. I don't think I've ever seen you stream, and my brain just assumed boy for some reason. I don't know. Yeah. Do you want an extra child? I think everybody has asked that at a time. We are in ads. I will find all these pieces eventually. Yeah. I think more than once I've been like, they're free. Just take them. Okay, now we're gonna build something else. A different type of lamp. Yeah. Like, just come and take them. Like, it's your turn, I'm done. It's like wrestling. I'm tapping you in. It's your turn. I think I set that at the right place. You know, like tag team wrestling. Tag, you're it. We didn't live near family like at all when they were younger. So that was interesting. But in military communities, you make friends where you make friends. So there were many a play group, and for a while we did like date night swapping. Welcome in, Danny Phantoms. How are you doing? Um, so basically, like one person or two moms would get together and they would take all the kids, and then um, you know, that month, and then the next month, two other moms would take the kids, and then all the other parents got to go out on date night. My kids napped really well. The youngest got up a lot. He was a very chubby baby, and he ate a lot. Like it took uh he he was still getting up 2 to 3 times a night to eat until he was almost a year old. My oldest and my middle, they would get up to eat and then like fall asleep before they were even done with the bottle. I'm like, nope, I'm good. Go away now. But you used to have to coax the youngest back to sleep. Get back in there. Don't come out. I had good nappers. My youngest was an exceptional napper. Uh, in the beginning, he would nap like he would get up, like 6, 7 o'clock for that morning feeding, and then sleep till 9. And then they would. Well, what a fun game! Yeah, that seems awesome. Let's do it. Um, and then she would be up, then my daughter would be up already and eating by the time he got up. And then he would go to sleep from like noon to 3. And so for a long time, because they're like 20 months apart. So for a long time, it was really only one of them up at a time. Like one would nap and then get up, and it would be time for the other to go down for a nap, and then that one would wake up, and so time for the other one to go back down for a nap. So that was fun. He has up until now. He's got yeah, with his ears, it's still crazy. Oh, it must have got pushed back. Oop, we are almost time for the battle. I worried about like regression when the youngest was born. That she would regress back to some weird stage because the baby, but she didn't. That was nice. That's another interesting thing that like every family seems to do differently. Like when a new baby is born, people do all kinds of different things like to handle it. Okay, let's go to stream battle. And then this. We'll put this on this. And then we'll start battle. We have 30 allies and 43 enemies. How to child. Yeah, it's hard. Because you can sympathize with why he wants or why he's doing the things he's doing, but at the same time, you're like, dude, I need to sleep too. Ooh, this one I think might be a close one. Three left and 9 of us, so maybe not as close as I was worried about. Oh, I thought it went up to 4 there for a second. We won! Doo, 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 doo. Right, like, it's hard because you can understand, but at the same time, you're like, please, just. Black Cat Crochet got 3 Musketeer Scrolls, and Fangorn 11 got gold. Yeah, I was like, wait, I could have swore I saw it go back up. Let's collect. Kept any goodies? A T-posing paladin skin. Skins. Equip. I don't think I have a temple. Oh, they split. I was like, oh my god. How did that happen? Okay, I don't see any, like, oh, I have quests to collect, though. I got common scrolls, then some warrior scrolls. Place 2 healers now and get 25 kills. Listen, I still need to place those other guys. Ooh, this should give me up, up, up. That should give me another quest, I think, because that should make him a level 10. No, I guess not. Okay, let's see if we can buy anything. Level 4. Oh, there we go. Campaign. We can either do this one. Okay, so they're both level 3, but I think one's forest and one's checkers. We did the checkerboard once before. I'm not sure how I feel about the checkerboard. We'll do this one. They're both the same level. Okay, let's see. Okay, this should give me a quest. Finish up a quest. And in case anybody has the follow battle plan quest they would like to do, I put that up there. Get some more money. And see if we can buy anything. Okay, 4. I'll do that. Okay, so you are free to add people to the battle if you wish. Okay, I did that. And then I did that. But yes, since we've been on a kid kick conversationally, I've noticed that's like a big thing. Like every family seems to approach bringing a new baby into the family differently. My in-law, or my youngest brother-in-law and his wife, like bought the children toys. Like when the new baby came home, they're like, look, you have a new brother or sister and here's a new toy. Like to not spark jealousy, I guess. We didn't do anything. We're like, you're gonna have mommy and daddy are having a baby, you're going to have a sibling. And then when they were born, we just showed them to them and like, this is your new sibling. And carried on, you know. Some people like make sure they're not holding the baby when they introduce them. That way there's not like jealousy about how mommy's holding the new baby. But I think it really depends on how attached your child is. You know what I mean? Like how easily they get jealous and whatnot. I think that plays a big part in it. We've had this conversation many times, Demon Fair. I am all for it. I don't think anybody should feel pressured to have children on any kind of a timeline or at all. Um, it's a huge responsibility that never goes away. Like, just because they turn 18 doesn't mean they're no longer your responsibility. Like, you're always going to be, like, responsible, or feel responsible at least, for them in some way forever. So, and I think that for a long time it was like weird to not have children. And I don't think that should be the case. Okay, we got sticker number 4. I'm using my trusty dandy cheat thingy. Let me talk to you, Ziggy. I think I'm slightly crooked, but I'm leaving it. I'm not going to fight it. It's just going to tack on the back there like a bulletin board. I was worried my youngest little sister would be jealous of Joe because she just loved him from day one. Yeah, there's, all kinds of things to worry about. Like, if younger siblings, like if your sibling is like much younger than you and closer to their age than yours, there could be jealousy involved potentially. There's just all kinds of things. Right. Like, people have been dating for a while or are married, and now suddenly everybody's like, when are you going to have kids? When are you going to have kids? Like, I don't think you should have any kids on any kind of timeline but your own. And I understand, I don't want to say different religions, but even just different, like, ethnicities have, different takes on that. But I feel like that should totally 100% be a thing between you and your partner. Like, you decide when and how many and how close or how far apart they are. Right. So that's easy to see how that could be an issue, because it's almost like, even though she's your sibling, like, to her it's more, you know what I mean? Like, all my attention's now gone, it's going to somebody else. But it's good that it wasn't, or is it, hopefully isn't. uh we had, our kids were kind of weird. Like, I I wanted them to be close, my middle and my youngest, because I have a son who's 21, and he was like six ish when I got pregnant with my daughter. And he had like the funniest comment. So by then, me and his dad were obviously separated, and I was with my now husband. And I had him for visitation, and I was like, I have something to tell you. And he was like, what? And I was like, Mommy is pregnant. There's a baby in my belly. And he was like, you ate it? How did it get in there? And I was like, okay, no, mommies have 2 tummies, a food tummy and a baby tummy. And there's a baby in my baby tummy, just like you were once a baby in my baby tummy. And so he didn't really care. He was just like, okay, whatever, and went back on about his day like nothing was different. And then with the middle to the youngest, she didn't even really, like, it didn't matter. She was like a year old when I got pregnant. Like, not even a year old. So it didn't matter to her. Yeah. He was like, how did you ate the baby? No, 2 bellies. Mommies have 2 tummies, a baby tummy and a food tummy. And then he was like, okay, fine, and just like went off like nothing was different. But I intentionally had my middle and youngest together. Like I said, that when she turned a year, we would start trying, and if by the time she was 2 we weren't pregnant, we weren't having anymore. And I got pregnant when she was like 11 months old or something like that, and then had him just shy of her 2-year-old birthday. So, or no, yeah, just shy of her turning 2. So they're close on purpose, kind of. Right? Like they say the weirdest things, and I think as long as they don't feel like you're trying to hide something, they will believe almost anything you tell them. Like if you say it with confidence and you don't seem like you're hedging what you're saying, like you might be trying to cover up. Yeah, so they're 20 months apart. Yeah. So yeah, she was almost 3. I got pregnant just shy of her first birthday, and then had him the following. Yeah. Because I had her in January of 09 and I had him in September of 10. So I was pregnant for a while. Or at least what felt like pregnant for a while. But they were on purpose. Like we intentionally did it. But their cousins are like interspaced in between them. So the day we found out we were pregnant, yeah, I figured that she figured that. But we found out we were pregnant on the day my sister-in-law had her daughter. So her daughter and our daughter are only 7 months apart. And then she had her son, and 4 months later we had our youngest. Now she's gone on to have 2 more, but it was like no grandkids, and then like all the grandkids. But I think they're like, yeah, they're close to then. But I think they're like exactly 2 years apart, and ours are just shy of 2 years apart. Just a couple months shy. So it was definitely interesting. I call my kids conveyor belt kids because when one was done, the other wasn't very far behind being done with it. It was like when one started doing something, the other wasn't far behind. So they did everything like almost together. And for a long time, they looked like twins because my daughter has a growth issue. So for a long time, they looked like twins. Because people would ask all the time, are they twins? Nope, they're not. I did not pay attention when I started that raid. That's alright, we can go over a little bit. I don't want to start another bag though and then be in the middle of it when I need to get off. Oh, it doesn't look like there's much in this bag, so try to decide if I should start the bag or if I should just sort some more and save this bag for Tuesday. Yes, because today's Thursday. I wasn't paying attention when I started. So this is what's left of the bucket I've been like, I feel like I've been perpetually sorting for forever. And I have some other buckets here to like put things in as I sort, you know, like bigger things. Like one of them has all these kind of blocks. And then one's got all kinds of flat pieces. I can't tell you whether you can take a nap or not. This is all like shields, windscreens. But yes, we've done all kinds of weird. Ooh, I have a carbon. I figure seats as part of the cars. Let me put those in there. Have you guys seen the new garbage truck set that's come out? It lifts the garbage can up and dumps it in the garbage truck, and it's only like $33. A skelp is on the loose. I feel like maybe this is a card piece. I don't know. I'll put you in there. Crazy likes like the city builds and stuff like that. And so I pointed out to him, I was like, I know maybe you're not crazy on Technic, but that looks really interesting. And I thought something like that would be like way more. You know what I mean? It'd be a set that they would make bigger or pricier, but $33 isn't bad at all. Maybe I can put some of these. No, they're flats. But yes, I was very interested. I saw that when I was at Target. I was like, ooh. I thought about it. And it looked really nice. I gave him the gift with purchase that I got because he's got like an ice cream truck and a smoothie truck or something like that already, and that was a retro food truck. So I gave it to him to go with that kind of stuff. Because he's kind of already got that going. So anybody who sorts their Legos have any tips, or how do you sort yours? I feel like this sorting will be like a never ending thing. Like every time I think I'm done, haha, just joking. So, my youngest likes League of Legends, but that game is so toxic. And then when he's like, he doesn't pay attention to what time he starts compared to like what time dinner is and stuff like that. And so I'll make him get off because it's time to eat dinner, and then he's in a grumpy mood because now he's in a lower bracket and da da da. I was like, okay, first of all, I think we're gonna have to stop playing that game because you being a little pain in my ass. Like, you do understand it is just a game, but to him it is not just a game. I have played it in the past, but I only ever play like against the computer. So maybe there's something about it that I'm missing, but he always wants to be ranked on it. So yeah. And so he's like, now I'm in a bad ranking, and I'm like, okay, first of all, calm down. It is a game. Like, I understand to you it is super important. And I'm, like, part of this is you're old enough to know that dinner is at a certain time, or to come out and ask when dinner, how much longer till dinner is ready before you jump back in. Because he's 13. He's not like, he's old enough to be able to do that kind of a thing. He just chooses not to, and then gets mad when it happens. I think I found all the little flames in this bin. Some of it is us trying to teach him like responsibility. Like, you're playing the game, so if you know you're gonna get this punishment if you have to leave early, then you have to like ask. Like, it's the continual like teaching him different responsibilities. So I can put that in with Windows. Yeah, and I mean, I understand that it can be difficult to gauge how much time it's going to take. If he is, you know, been playing for a while, like in that specific battle, that's one thing. But he'll start a battle and won't like look at the time or anything, and then dinner is 5 minutes later, and he's like, "But I'm playing." But you didn't bother to check what time it was. Like, you want to do, as we call them, big boy tasks. You have to assume big boy responsibilities. Right. Like, it's kind of like, you know what I mean? And he is 13. So it's not, you know what I mean? It is to be expected that he's going to not do those things. But also, it is my responsibility to teach him to be mindful of those things, even if I know he's going to fail at it a given number of times. Like, it's still my job to teach him so that eventually he learns to plan for those things. So we're in this lovely love-hate thing, and I'm like, why don't you just play something else? Because really, I've heard you talk on that, and you're about to get your butt whooped. Like, he is as guilty as being toxic as any of the other people. Like, it's bad. And I was like, I don't like it. So I've been trying to get him to play other things to help avoid some of that. Trying being the key word. Circle pieces, circle pieces. All the circle pieces. Yeah, like, it really is something I would rather he not play. So I've been trying to get him to play other things. I mean, I do understand where he's coming from. I have not really played League of Legends like that, but I mean, I used to play WoW on the obsessive side. And there's nothing worse than starting something and being pulled away. So I do understand that aspect of it, but I really don't like the game. It is quite toxic. So I've been trying to get him to play other things. I was like, my goal is for you not to be a douche canoe. This is not helping. Yeah, like, I'm just trying to get him to play other things. So, like, he got like $40 worth of, no, $65 worth of Steam gift card or Steam money for Christmas. So he bought like Icarus and Medieval Dynasty. And he likes the, what is it? It's the soccer one where you're like playing soccer, but you're a car. He likes that one, and he's been ranked in that before. So I'm like, why don't you go back to playing that? Just, don't play this. Yeah, Rocket League. I was like, you're good at Rocket League. You've been ranked in that before. Just go back to playing that. Okay, we have like 2.5 minutes till we finish the battle. Yeah, I mean, he won tournaments in League of Legends and was like top ranked. So I'm like, go back to that. It makes me less stressed out. Cause what is it? I don't really let him play like Call of Duties, like the Call of Duty games for the same reason. Some of those guys, like, it's just so toxic. So I'm like, can we stop? I don't like this anymore. Like, I know part of you growing up is you doing things that I don't necessarily enjoy, but at the same time, you're killing me. Okay, we have just over a minute left on the Stream Raiders, and there's not that many people on. Local Brick Shop is on, 9.5 is crocheting, and then Rad Bills is doing Lego Speed Champion Lambo Kuntak? Kuntak? I don't know. I probably said that wrong. Get your Pokeballs ready. Rampardos. Rampardos? Yeah, I think I said that right. Poke Catch. Wait. Yeah, Kuntasha? Something. We'll probably raid into him. Demon Fair, you have to type in exclamation Poke Start, and then you'll get your first Pokemon, and then you can start collecting them. You got a Totodile for your first one. And now you can do Poke Catch. And you can try for this one.
This whole game is rigged.
Kevin's theory is that if he tells the game it's rigged, it'll be forced to give him the Pokemon. It doesn't always work, but it works a fair amount of the time. Yeah, you don't have to put, like, Pokecatch Pokeball. Pokecatch is fine. It's just if you use any other type of ball, then you have to write what type of ball it is behind it. Demon Fair, you caught it. And word of warning, it will let you catch, like, everything you try for the first little while, and then you get nothing. And then they let you catch, and then nothing, and then sporadically. We always say it's rigged because it feels a little like it is. Okay, let's put this over there, I guess. And if you scroll down underneath where, like, the about me stuff is, like my Discord and whatnot, there'll be a window where you can see what Pokemon you have. You can click on them and see what their stats are. You can see. I already said we were going there. There was no need to do guide the raid. You can see if you have multiples of them. You can see what kind of Pokeballs you have in your inventory. A whole 9 yards thing. Okay, let's see. It says we have 42 allies and 66 enemies. Oh, crazy, you're dead already. Ooh, we won with 24 people left over. Who's gonna let us pick 3 winners this time? Abyss UC got Shinobi Scrawls, Unking got gold, and Charstar 3. I know, I'm so happy. I'm always worried we're gonna lose. I'm like, that's it, we're gonna die. Like, no matter how many people we start with, unless it's like way over what they have, I'm like, we're gonna die. I don't think I got. Nope, nothing. Okay, so that's that for today. Let me type maybe. Nope. Okay. I'm gonna go to my stream ending. Today is Thursday. So we'll be back on Sunday, you know, as long as I don't lose power in some weird freak tornado tonight. We will be back Sunday with Hogwarts Legacy from 12 to 5 is the plan anyway. If I do lose power, I will be sure to update my Discord. So I will let everybody know. But that is the plan as of, always on a Thursday, is that Sunday will be Hogwarts Legacy from 12 to 5. And then back. Thank you guys, and thank you for coming hanging out with the stream. Let me make sure I did this raid thingy correctly, because I always think I won't. Oh, I did do it. He's doing a speed champion build. He's a fellow variety streamer. He does like models, and I've seen him make buttons, and he does Legos. Lots of fun. But yes, so Sunday Hogwarts, next week more Hogwarts Train. And Kevin redeemed his what we build next, and has decided we will build the lighthouse, the motorized lighthouse, next. So that's it. Thank you for everybody who came out and hung out, and the new follow from Demon Fair. And all the redeems for drinks and making me eat candy and all the love stuff. Thank you, everyone, and hopefully you have a good weekend.